Hey, what's going on, everybody? Isaac here. It is SOG Sunday. I know my buddy, the SOG Grunt, founded SOG Sunday, but he mentioned a while back he's not really going to do it anymore, which is sad because he has a huge collection of SOG knives. I have a few. My collection's probably like an eighth of the size of his, but I like SOG, got into him, I don't know, 4 years back. Got my black SOG tactical shirt today. Yesterday I wore my khaki colored one. I also carried this knife yesterday, carried it again today. This is the Pentagon XR LTE. Really cool, like royal blue handle scales here. They're G10, got carbon fiber liners, CTS XHP steel, which is some pretty solid stuff. You don't see that every day. I know Cold Steel used it some years back, and then SOG started using it in some knives around 2020, I guess it was. And man, this knife is just cool. Look how it's it's super thin because it's meant to be. Their Pentagon knives are daggers. Yeah, this is a folding version of it. It's not double edged. This is not sharpened because you can't really have that on a folding knife and you know be safe reaching into your pocket because the blade, of course, does stick out some, so you would slice yourself or your pants. But they do have an out the front automatic Pentagon, so I got the basic handle shape is it's similar. It's not the same because you got to change it up a little bit. It's more like the actual dagger, which we'll show in a different video. Coming up here, SOG. Well, GSM Outdoors, a parent company of SOG, now sent me a few blades to review. This being one of them. So they're coming, and this is a really cool knife to carry, and it's got that groove down the center. They just did a real good job with this. So very cool. Got that XR, axis lock style action here. So it's an awesome carry. I also wanted to break out this knife. I haven't picked this up in a while. This is the SOG Bowie. SOG Bowie started the brand SOG back in the 80s. It's just a really beautiful knife. Let me wipe it off here. The fit and finish that they do on these is really good, and they charge good money for them too. So it better be good. The SOG Bowie, everyone, modeled after a combat knife from the Vietnam War, the MACV SOG, the Special Forces group. Back in the 80s, the founder of SOG, Spencer Frazier, he found an original one from the war at a gun show, and he's like, wow, that knife's super cool looking. And it does. It's got super cool lines with like this sweeping shape on the spine, and it's got that like kind of large choil area here, like Randall knives, which were of course hugely popular combat knives in the era that this came out of. And they were made by knife makers in Japan for the war out of high carbon steel. I know the original SOG Bowies were made of SK5 high carbon steel. They've been made of Aussate stainless for many years now. And the old ones had like a commemorative, 5th Special Forces Vietnam, etched into the blade there, and were nice. I guess they were built a little bit thicker than this, but this is fine. It's still like 1/4 inch thickness and then ground. And it's got their titanium nitride coating, leather stacked handle. They do make a rubberized version called the Tech Bowie, and it's just a nice knife. It's so nice, like it makes you not want to use it because it's just a pretty blade. Now I have I've used it very minimally. Carried it on a couple of hikes and stuff, but not really used it on them, just because I carry a knife when I go out on a hike. It's a 6¼ inch blade. They do make a larger one called the Super Bowie. That's I believe a 7½ inch blade. And man, because this rag is like soaked in oil, and it's just really bringing out the shine on the finish of this knife. I should buy another one of these and use it and keep one nice. Man, that's good looking. And something similar, this knife and the Pentagon XR, is look at the tip here. You can see that the very top portion is sharpened a little bit to get that nice penetrating cut. And I'll pull out the Pentagon here. You can see the glint of that, sharpened, 1/4 inch or however much is up on top there. It just makes for something a little extra, But that's the SOG Bowie, leather sheath, pouch it comes with that, little whetstone in there, and really nice package. People will also poop on Aus-8 steel, but in my research on blade steels, it definitely serves its purpose of what SOG makes knives with that steel to do. It's actually very nice for a combat knife made to be used in the field. So it's got good stain resistance, toughness, and okay edge retention, plus easy to resharpen. All right, so there we go. SOG Sunday, everybody. Hope you have a good one, and we'll see you on the next